The skimmers are the largest family with over 92 species. They love swamps, but also live around ponds and streams. These amberwings are about 2 inches long.
Many of Costa Rica's more common species are in this family. Identification can be tricky since many species have different male and female color forms.
Their identifying marks include that their eyes just touch each other. They lack a supporting brace to this colored cell, and importantly, these triangles are different in the forewing and the hind wing. Also, this boot-like pattern is found in the hind wing. The darners are the largest and most powerful of the order and are capable of staying aloft for hours and hours. They prefer the quiet waters of swamps and ponds in open areas, although some species like the rivers. About 28 species live in the country.
Darners have similar triangles. The cross vein here is very important, and the eyes touch each other over a long distance.
The clubtails are found sitting on rocks or branches along rivers in primary forest. Compared to most, they don't live long as adults, just a few weeks. While 27 species live in Costa Rica, they aren't seen much due to their cryptic coloration and tendency to perch a lot. Clubtails have similar triangles in both wings, and many have a swollen tip of the abdomen. One important character is the great space between the eyes.
This looks a little similar to damselflies, but they are generally much larger. Certain species of clubtails are indicators of healthy water quality. Moving on to the damselflies, which are more slender and more dainty than dragonflies. Generally, they hold their wings over their backs. Most of the broad-winged damselflies prefer rivers and streams in forest or second-growth forests. Most of the 9 species have a red base of the wing and are commonly called ruby spots. They have black heads and often a green metallic thorax. Females are much more drab and lack the ruby spot of the male. They do make territories, however, they don't last more than a few hours. Territorial deficiency disorder. No such thing, really. The ruby spots have more than 20 cross veins here. Notice the upward curves of this cell. The pond damsels are probably the most frequently observed and occur in a variety of aquatic habitats. Here they are in tandem again. As you can see, with this full Nelson anal clasp, there's no way the milkman can get a shot. Although the male grabs the female, it's actually the female that decides to get it on or not. Of the some 50 species, many are beautifully colored. This one genus, Argia, has over 30 species. Like many in the order, in some species, the male and female are of different colors. There is even a male-like female form, kind of a chicks and drag thing, to avoid getting harassed by so many horny males. The pond damsels have 2 cross veins here and these two veins converge closer to this junction called the nodus than to the arculus. They have one cell colored in here, and this cell doesn't reach the outer edge. Also, this side of the cell is shorter than over here, and the length of the base of the wing to the nodus is more than 1/3 of the total length. The spread-winged damsels get their name because they hold their wings out, breaking the golden rule of damselflies about holding their wings over their backs.
The spread wings like forested areas with pools and streams, but also swamps. They can even survive in water that is somewhat polluted.
They are a medium size with slender bodies and delicate feet. Besides the way they hold their wings out, look for the two cross veins here and how the veins meet closer to the arculus than to the nodus. And the Big Dipper is over there.
This side of the cell is less than half the length of the other side. These rare damselflies can be found along swampy streams and seeps in lowland forests, up to about 800 meters. They are usually found perching a yard or more above the ground on stems in the forest and hold the tip of their abdomen slightly curved. Shortwings might be better called longbutts for their extremely long abdomen. The specs include these two veins and that this cell reaches the wing margin.
The flat wings are larger than the pond damsels and have generally uniform colors of red or yellow and often perch with their wings partly outstretched. They inhabit humid forests along shaded streams and can be observed perched for hours, 2 or 4 feet above the surface on branches.
One species lays its eggs only on the wet, mossy rocks behind waterfalls.
The some 11 species of flatwings have the same wing venation as the pond damsels, more or less, except that the distance between the base of the wing and the nodus is less than 1/3 the length of the wing. Get out your ruler.
Also, this vein extends the length of 10 or more cells. The shadow damsels spend much of their time perched close to the ground in vegetation near streams and rivers in primary forest. They sometimes rest with their wings outstretched. These medium-sized damsels have black wingtips and a light blue spot near their mouth. A look at their wing shows those two veins here. This cell is shaped just so, and check out the diamond-shaped cell here. Although most species of dragonflies and damselflies like sunny open areas, the banner-winged damsels prefer shady streams and rainforests. These short-legged damselflies are only locally common and generally pretty rare. The males can hold territories for over a month, guarding them all day long. Many have a slight iridescence of their wings. Bannerwings have this vein that begins from the upper end of the arculus, and the interior side of the triangle is concave.
Threadtails are delicate with long, slender bodies, and the males are yellow, reddish, or orange with black markings, but not particularly strong patterns. They prefer shaded areas of primary forest along streams or swamps. The males fly low over the water surface and are territorial. With such elegant bodies, they seem to be performing some tandem tango dance. The 7 species of threadtails can be told apart by the 2 cross veins here. These veins begin closer to the nodus than the arculus, and that the sides of this cell are the same length. This cell does not reach the wing margin And the wingtip looks like this. The helicopter damselflies, or forest giants, are truly spectacular insects. Considered to have the slowest wing beat of any flying insect, they are a real pleasure to see moving through a tropical forest. These enormous damselflies can reach almost 5 inches, and they are specialists on spiders. They can nab a spider out of its web, which is a dangerous tactic if the wind is blowing the wrong way. Young individuals are often found in highly productive light gaps deep inside tropical forests, and as they become stronger, they head to water, where they compete for mates. The females lay eggs in pools of water in tree trunks and particularly bromeliads. Although this family is pretty obvious because of its great size, the tech specs include wingtips that look like this and the 2 cross veins, and these veins being closer to the nodus than the arculus. Dragonflies certainly provided entertainment for indigenous children, long before plastic toys. And in modern culture, their images have inspired arts and crafts of all mediums, and even house decorations. Many a contemporary woman proudly wears a dragonfly.
It's so pretty, but where is it?
Dragonflies and damselflies have also inspired music, and of course, they often show up in movies.
También aquí hay cosas raras en todas estas partes.
Como esas libélulas que explotan. ¡Vea, ahí hay una!
Groups of naturalists now make special trips to observe these fascinating creatures.
But there's a bird!
Since they are so sensitive to water quality, they are often used as biological assays for environmental impact studies. As more and more wetlands are destroyed and rivers are dammed, more populations are lost forever. Other threats to healthy populations include water pollution of all sorts, but even stranger problems like heavy pleasure boat traffic in developed countries. Often, thousands of fragile dragonflies and damselflies are emerging out at the same time, and the wake of even the smallest motorboat is like a tsunami. These amazing predators are an important part of any aquatic ecosystem, and they make our trips to rivers, lakes, and wetlands more interesting.